Hello everybody and welcome to the Combe Racing League. We are doing another quarter-final, this time with the Flying Dutchmen versus Los Bandidos. I'm joined by Scott today.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome again, yep. Scott, also known as CRL Freefall, jumping in the comms booth to give Jonathan a hand instead of his usual partner, Jono.
So yeah, they're just about to start. Same format as before, same 3 tracks as before for anyone who's watching that. Silverstone, Singapore, Interlagos. 1-shot quali, 5-lap races. For those who really don't know what's going on, it's a 4v4 race. And we'll let you know the points between races. We'll see how it goes.
Interesting as well. Just a little point. The Flying Dutchmen across top their group, so this is their track of choice. So they'll be looking for a strong showing round here, I'd imagine.
Yeah, actually, do we know which team's which colour? Because I did not think of checking this.
So the Flying Dutchmen, they are in the red, and Los Bandidos are in the Golf McLaren style car. Very nice livery, I must say.
Yeah, they've done a good job of it.
It's near enough a perfect replica, I'd almost say, especially given, you know, the livery that there is to hand.
Yeah, as Harv invalidates, and I believe Tim and Captain Blade already both have. So that's 3 drivers who will not be setting a lap.
Interesting to see how Seeb and Harv match up against each other here. Both the pot 1 drivers for each team. Harv, very, very quick driver, and Seeb, or as he's better known as the 5-lap master. Again, he can just jump onto any track and seems to find pace from absolutely nowhere. G. Will's another course academy runner-up. Tier 2 hopeful, I would say. There, maybe he wouldn't like me saying that, but he's also got some pace. Captain Blade, I've raced against him a few times. He's got a lot of pace as well. Very, very quick drivers in here.
The cars look really similar from behind. It was really confusing me. But there we go. Seeb J. Wills with a 1-2 for the Flying Dutchman. Where's Harv? This is yet to cross the line, but half the drivers DNF, Harv just chilling in the wall.
I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but
no,
yeah.
I think can't bother to take it to the line. There we go. So yeah, there we go. That is a 1-2 for Flying Dutchman, 3-4 for Los Bandidos, and wherever they happen to get disqualified to for the last 4 guys. So actually, a nice mix there. 1/5, Tim in 8th there. I think Tim's a pot 2 driver, but he's certainly a mighty quick one.
Yes, Tim. So Seeben and Harv the pot 1, Tim and Captain Blade pot 2, J. Wells and McConey pot 3, and Rathbolt and MUFC Harvey the pot 4 drivers.
Yeah, because I had Steve did a reserve last season in Tier 2 and just, I think it was around, I want to say Hungary, did a very good job there. I think he would have got the win if he wasn't involved in an incident. Can't remember if he was at the receiving end or the given end, but he got penalised or damaged down a bit. Not too much.
He's definitely came on. If he was tier 2 this last season, he's definitely came on because he's definitely up there with some of the big guys.
Yeah, but here we go. Lights out, away we go. And it looks like Seeb has got it around the start. Some close drive with someone going wide. Contact between Harv and his teammate. I have no idea how you say that. As McConey lets Harv through.
Flying Dutchman currently holding the 1, 2, 3. Team orders could come into effect here. Just try and let the front 2 escape and hold them up the best you can. I'd be surprised if not all teams are in a party at this point.
Yeah.
It's very much the 4v4 in every position, counting for so much.
As Tim gets past McConey, his Flying Dutchman in an even better position. Harv making a few mistakes, which actually might cost him, so they get into a 1-2-3-4 position for the Flying Dutchman, which would be detrimental. Ooh! He turns in. Some expert driving by Tim, saves it. I'm sure his tyres are not too happy with that. And I'm sure he won't be either.
After going for the move on Rathbolt.
Has to pull out of it.
Quite space.
And Tim, up the inside. What can he do? No, not quite. But while Tim's battling with Harv, he's just letting his team pull away. So look, neither of them could... Actually, they might have taken that flat. Ooh, way up.
Oh.
But that wasn't Tim's fault. Wait, did Harv spin?
Harv spun out, yeah.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, I'll rewatch that in the thing. I think what happened was Harv lost control. Yeah, I think he lost control on the curve. Nearly saved by bumping into him a couple of times, which is why we saw that contact. I wasn't quite able to hold it.
Tim did lose a couple of positions to McConey and Captain Blade resulting in that. He's managed to make the move back on Captain Blade, back up into 5th. This is a really strong position for the Flying Dutchman at this point. 2.5 second gap, front two having their teammate in front and then another second back to the nearest driver. This you could say would be the dream start they've had.
Yeah. I think the only start I've seen better was early days in the Cone Cup when my team was still in. We qualified 1-2-3-4 Singapore. I held them
track to overtake.
Yeah, I as the pot 4 driver held them up for a lap before eventually made a mistake, but
that's the thing. Team orders, it doesn't matter if you're pot 1, pot 4, everybody's got their part to play and
ooh, a little bit of contact there. No drivers spun. Another cutback being made by Tim. And it looks like he is through.
Yeah, that is DRS, yeah. Of course, engaged, so we'll see McConey and Captain Blade will be looking to make a little comeback on the straight.
McConey letting Captain Blade through, knowing he'll stand a better chance.
Tim, of course, does have that 2-second time penalty.
So yeah.
They do only need to be within 2 seconds of him, but I would imagine they would want to get by him as quick as they can and try and chase down the front.
Yeah. Interesting that Raf's let him through. I think that's a mistake on their part. If Tim could have held them off and then got himself, I don't know, 6th, Raf could have kept 3rd position maybe. So I think that was a mistaken strategy by them. Of course, Raf can be slow through here. I'm assuming he's the pot 4 driver. I know you said earlier, but I've forgotten what you said. Yeah,
Rathbolt is their pot 4, unless their strategy is maybe let Tim push up the road a bit and try and get Rathbolt to hold them up. I think he's just about to be swallowed up by Captain Blade and possibly McConey very soon though.
Yeah, squeezes Captain Blade a bit on the inside, still not able to get through. There's Harv also now getting 2 seconds of penalties.
Tim has pulled, it's about a 1.6 second gap so far to Captain Blade, so if Rathbolt can put up a sturdy defence here, it could actually be a master stroke of strategy, but it's going to be a tough ask. He's got 2 very quick drivers behind him in Captain Blade and McConey. McConey, I know himself, he's been in this game a while, he's a wily old man. I'm sure he'll love me saying that about him.
It sounds like Pheasant ended up not having his voice on the stream.
So you just hear me talking to myself every now and again?
Yeah, I guess so. I hope you've got yours on, otherwise I'll be the one that sounds insane.
Mine's this. Well, it should be sharing, yeah.
Yeah, but Captain Blade's still not past Raf, and actually this has worked really well. I said it was a mistake strategical-wise. Clearly Raf is doing exactly what the team wanted him to do. Because Tim's built that 2 second gap on him. That penalty is essentially being cancelled out through the strategy. All the while Raf holding 4th and Captain Blade getting... Oh no, sorry. Coney getting a penalty. Which gives even more hope to Raf. And all he's got to do is hold it for one more lap. And even if he doesn't, he's done a tremendous job for his team. This is exactly what they need. I mean, this is not only good for points, but it's great for their morale.
I think it's all the more impressive when you look at Captain Blade, 21% ERS, Rafbolt, 80%. He's going to be burning through that tonight.
Yeah.
I'm quite surprised he's left it that high and still been able to defend. This has been a brilliant drive from him.
Yeah, and I have to say, I'm very impressed.
Flying Dutch, of course, did top their group, and, well, we're starting to see why. Brilliant pace and brilliant team play as well.
Don't think they were the undefeated team, were they? There was only one team that came up completely undefeated.
That was Jaffa Cakes.
Yeah.
Group B, yep. Or Group A, I think it was.
Yeah, interesting. Group A, everyone had at least 2 losses.
Yeah, there was 3, that was right, there was 3 teams on 15 points for 3rd, 4th and 5th, and of course it went to the head-to-head. Unfortunately, one team had to miss out.
Seeb, actually, Tim had got past J-Wills, and this is exactly what they want. I wasn't paying attention to whether or not they got fastest lap, but they can smile at that.
I think Tim might have got it. But that is a huge, huge point haul for first race. I did Seep getting the fastest lap and the bonus point as well, just to put a cherry on top.
Yeah. Right, it was the guy in P1. Yeah, so I mean, that's 54 to 13 points. There will be a little bit of worry by, Los Bandidos. Am I saying that right? Maybe.
Yeah, I believe so. Los Banditos.
Los Banditos, yeah. Don't know if there's a T. There's no T in the words, but I'm not sure if I meant to say one. But anyway, yeah. Massively higher score. What's that? Quadruple the score, I think maybe. Yeah, over quadruple.
Yeah. Give them a nice little cushion going into the next 2 races. It's great for morale and obviously great for the points. They'll just be looking to sort of maybe mix and match, or maybe not. Maybe looking to push on and just finish this off in race 2.
Yeah, but as long as they all finish in a decent place, they're going to be fine. Is that quali you're on about, Harv, or was that when... Oh no, it's when you caught the curve on turn 1, wasn't it? I assume that you did catch the curve that unsettled you, and you kind of swerved into him a couple of times while unsettled, spun out.
I think so. I didn't quite catch it myself, but I believe there was
I sort of caught it. Watched it back on stream. Yeah, he said he caught the curve. Yeah, it's not completely out of sight. If there is a track where you can lock it out 1, 2, 3, 4 quite easily, it is Singapore.
Absolutely. Well, that's it. They will be thinking, right, we're a few points down here, but if they can do it, why can't we? That's what I would be thinking. I think that's the mentality they've sort of got to go into this having.
I mean, they need 2 very, very solid races, but it is by no means impossible.
Yep, pole podiums, of course, will be key. They'll be looking to, I would say, maybe 2 out of 3 in the podium, both races, as a minimum. Of course, first giving you 18, second 15, third 12, and then 8, 6, 4, 2, 1, all the way down the P8 and the bonus fastest lap point. So it's still definitely on, and Singapore, like you say, is the place to make that attempt.
Yeah. Now, while we go through qualifying, looking at the incidents reported so far, every last one of them came from the race I commentated. None of them came from the one you did.
Oh, yep. So, yeah, it's definitely starting to fill up.
Yeah. I mean, there was some amazing racing, but the problem was it's the kind of racing that looked good in GT cars. Maybe a little too much bumping for F1.
Yeah.
I certainly enjoyed the spectacle because there was a lot of wheel banging for a distinct lack of front wings going off, but F1 drivers more the frame of mind, don't touch my car. I can't blame them. Tim currently holding up the front of the pack. Very nice line to the hairpin. Oh, but Harv's got him with the purple middle sector.
Sieb at the back has invalidated, so he'll be starting most likely last. Of course, there is still opportunity for others to do so as well.
Yeah, but that's good news for Los Bandidos. I don't know. There's no T in the word. I'm sure it's some funny joke I'm completely missing. There we go, a couple tenths between the top two. Second down to the next guy. A couple guys disqualified at the bottom. One from each team.
It'll be interesting to see. I know in the previous quarterfinals we did see quite a few penalties around here. Could be big into play, and of course the danger on any street circuit, the dreaded walls.
Yeah.
Hopefully nobody has any sort of collisions, but
yeah, so certainly we certainly had some. I think Yogurt won by 10 seconds, but 4 seconds of penalties. And that wasn't through collisions of everyone else behind. He was just that quick. He decided he was just going to push the track to the limits. Got some penalties for it, but on track, miles ahead.
Some beautiful battling between REL Bouter and Mr. BT 2004. Two very quick drivers, and it was tit for tat between the two of them, each corner near enough. But of course, Spinella having that driver less.
I see some wet tyres in the garage.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a coincidence. I think it is.
Look dry as 5 LED lights, and away we go down to turn 1. Harv leading the pack with Tim not far behind. Doesn't go
and
for
a bit of contact.
But they all seem to have made it away clearly.
Yeah, but Sieb and Raf both up 2 positions. And this is not good for Los Bandidos. And Sieb might be able to move up to 5th.
I think it's better of it. Ooh, as Tim gets a little bit loose in the back end there. Managed to hold it and keep out of the wall, very well held, but that could have nearly been disaster for him. Harv pulling away, a nice little 8 tenths gap at the front, but he'll be needing to stretch that advantage while he can and hope his teammates can push up back
this
through
back
the
and
pack.
forth, that is not a place you normally go side by side. And well done to the drivers making it done clean. Good overtake by Captain Blade up into 4th position. That's Raf, whether deliberately or not, let's Sieb through. Oh, nearly brakes too late into his own teammate. Manages to avoid contact. The top 3 drivers not battling anymore. Second gap between each of them. Main focus is on Sieb hunting down Captain
So I'm pulling back a couple of tenths, actually quite a few tenths, two to four tenths there through the final sector on Harv. Where the Harv's maybe struggling in the final sector, but he's definitely making it back up through the first sector, it seems. Of course, a different dynamic this, the five lappers.
Captain Blade doing a nice drift through that corner. Manages to catch it. Raf looking for a very adventurous move, doesn't work. Causes Captain Blade to lose some front wing. Lets him keep the position. I mean, that's going to be a fairly clear-cut penalty for him. It might be decreased slightly due to sportsmanship, but I suspect that'll be, what, 5 seconds for him?
Possibly, yeah. I didn't see it myself, obviously there is a bit of front wing damage. I would say it's more on the minor side, but...
Yeah, it's not going to be, 15.
It doesn't sound like anything you had in the first race, certainly, but I think there could be a little report in there.
Yeah, especially if it's close.
Oh, definitely. Tim and Harv just still holding that second gap. Harv a little bit heavier on ERS, or a bit lighter, sorry, on ERS, but not much between them. 3 seconds back to Sieb, already made his way up to third. I wonder if he'll have the pace to hunt down, challenge for the win. 3 laps to go, it's asking a lot, but anything can happen.
Harv still with fastest lap.
And Rathbone and Coney, sorry, picking up a 2-second time penalty. Not that it'll matter too much as he finds himself in 8th. Seems to have a bit of end plate damage as well on the front right, I believe. Yes, he does.
Sure. Actually, I think Flying Dutchman might win in this one, because if they get more than 13 points more than Los Bandidos, they're safe. You can only get 54 points in one round to gain on the other team. It would involve every single one of them DNFing in the last round. If it, it is only 13 points, but I think the chances of this not going their way now are so low. How strong a performance they put out this race.
I think you would be right, yeah. That this could be curtains after this. I'm assuming they'll still do the third race just for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
And
go
of course anything can happen. The rest, we might see a couple of incident reports. I haven't seen much myself, but you'd want to see it out. And Sieb picking up a 2-second time penalty for track limits. He does have a 4-second gap to his teammate Jay Wells behind, so I don't think he'll be worrying too sorely about that.
Yeah. I'll hop on board now with the Sieb half battle. So that gap has closed down and DRS is now being used. How's Halv's ERS? Equally unhealthy. A bit wide there by Tim, although if that was the first warning, it's probably a smart move to deliberately do it. So it clips the wall. And actually Raf now closing the gap quite heavily on Captain Blade. I'm going to hop on board with that. Raf goes deep there.
Yeah, I think Captain Blade, just from watching there, he's been struggling a little bit just for that slight bit of end plate damage. And of course Raf will have a DRS and a slightly healthier amount of ERS. Looks like the goal and move around the outside, just enough space.
Nicely done. Still holding it. Captain Blade. Oh, and he's done it.
Nice bit of racing between the two side by side for the final sector.
Yeah, it's Harv comes across the line. Wait, and no, he's just out of the last lap, hasn't he? Completely ignore me. Ah, we get another lap of battling between these two though. Now so close, might see move into turn 1 here. Rattling around the outside, might go for the cutback. Looks for it, Captain Blade perfect parks on the apex. Looks for it again into turn 3. Not able to make it work. And now, oh, that's Harvey, isn't it?
MUFC Harvey, yep, he's
there we go.
Battling's allowed him to jump into this. He might be having a little look
That took
down
us a
the
long.
street.
I think he will. Up the inside. And he's... Ooh, Rafa's the inside. And Raf is able to keep it. He's got more grip. And there we go. Raf keeps it ahead. This battle's suddenly kicking off on the last lap now. Raf looking for the move again. Harvey going a bit deep. Tapping him on the rear. But luckily just tyre to tyre. No damage. Still able to keep fighting. Try and gain some positions.
The freeway run down to the straight.
Raf
looking
at
to the inside.
Ooh, bit of contact. And Harvey rear ends one of them. Not sure which one of them. Wasn't looking backwards. Just heard the sound. Saw the There we go. Harv gets the win. Ooh, and that was a he pushed him into the barrier, and he lost a lot of his front wing. Be a bit mean to take that place now. Harvey will strut around this last corner though. He might go wide. No, actually does a decent job. It's Captain Blade that goes wide there. Oh, he damaged both of the the two cars.
Two of them.
He's done a good job at this, isn't he? That might be 15 seconds of penalties to him. I suspect that might be enough for the victory. Very dominant performance from the Flying Dutchman. We'll plug our numbers in.
I think was it Harv that got the fastest lap, wasn't it?
I believe so. Hold on.
Yes, it was Harv with the fastest lap. Tim in second, Sieb in third, G Wills in believe Raffle could see some sort of penalty coming his way. I was actually at one point going to say to you that I thought Raffle, I know we don't really do it, but he was on course for driver of the day, but might be a bit mired now with a few incidents here and there, but he did a brilliant job in Britain, and again they're battling two drivers, mostly clean.
Yeah. So theoretically they can still win. The Flying Dutchman, I think if they get 3 points, if they come 7th and 8th and the other two DNF, which is literally impossible. If 3 drivers DNF and 1 finishes, that is enough for them to win.
Yeah, I've got the gap at 54 points, is that right? 95 to 41.
Maybe. I've made a mistake on my spreadsheet, so I need to correct it. $93 to 41. That's 52 points. And the maximum you can score in one round is 54, so I think that kind of speaks for itself.
That's here, yeah, I've made a little mistake. That number should be that, yeah, 93 to 41. Still mathematically possible.
But all 4 drivers have to DNF.
Now, could we see a bit of wet weather here around Brazil? Maybe.
Now the thing is here, drivers know that the result is pretty much set in stone, so they might race to have fun. Although Los Bandidos might be looking to just, you know, show it wasn't a fluke, they got through to the quarters, and they can still do well. Because they didn't do too badly last round. Not too much of a point difference though. Certainly not as bad as the first round for them. Yeah. And for those of you who are watching this now, and if you want to see a race with a bit of incidents between Nathan and AJ. Watch the haters being serious one, because there was plenty of things going on. Nathan, AJ, and Yogurt had a bit of come-ins together. Anyone who's looked at the incident report, Jack, can see that that race wasn't the cleanest in the world, or those races. Some great racing though when it was happening.
Yeah, that's my plan after this. I'm gonna jump on quickly and have a little watch, because I mean, yeah, I do like to spend a bit of time talking to the two guys. They are good lads, but any opportunity to stir the pot, I don't think I can resist.
Yeah, that's same.
Be interesting to see, like I said, the stewards meeting either tomorrow or Saturday. I'd love to be a fly in the wall, and luckily I do have that opportunity, so. It is again a dry qualifying in Brazil. It's 6 out of 6 races looking dry for me so far. And out of Britain, Singapore and Brazil, you wouldn't have put money on that.
No, not all three of them.
Yeah, you'd expect at least one of them. Of course.
Well, I did the same thing as well. So actually, between the races we commentated, 9 out of 9, no rain spotted. Race or qualifying.
We could, of course, have rain for the race, can't we?
Yeah, I guess we can. I don't know my lap times, but we might be able to work out if they're in wet setups or not.
Yeah, Seep does a 50.9.
Seep makes a mistake in the last corner, locks up, allows Harv to get through. Although, looks like Harv somewhere's lost some time on the straight. Perhaps through setup, perhaps through a mistake, but yeah, you can see 4/10 as Raf is disqualified. And there we go. Very close among the top 5.
44,000 separating first and second. 6 down to 5th. Very consistent times between the field.
It does look like, again, that Flying Dutchmen still have the upper hand. On the off chance we do see them all DNF, it will be the most amazing comeback ever, and probably somewhere extremely illegal unless they take each other out.
If all 4 of the Flying Dutchmen do not finish, I do expect to see a couple of incident reports.
Just a few. So yeah, if it's just time penalties though, it's worth it. I mean, obviously to get penalty points, that isn't ideal, but from a progressing in the tournament point of view, if you could take all 4 drivers out and make it all to the end yourself, ignoring the fact that it's morally a horrific idea.
I think to perfectly execute that plan, you'd need to have an idea of who's got the least penalty points in the team.
Yeah.
And a sort of a bowling ball effect, and just knock the 4 out in one strike. Of course, the risk there is you need to finish yourself.
My brake pedal broke into turn 1. I'm so sorry, guys. Thing is, yeah, all 4 of them would have to finish as well, so it's not even like they can play it risky. But here we go. Seeb holds it into the first corner. Few changes in positions. Change back though. Everyone so far holding position. Although a bit of contact going on there, and that is Captain Blade, Raf, and McConey all going off in some way or another. McConey working his way through the carcasses. And that's another spinner, this time Harv.
Once again, Flying Dutchman halfway through lap 1, hold 1, 2, 3.
Harv, oh.
You just feel it isn't.
Who put Harv and Harvey on the same team? They're not making this easy for us. I think he must have some front wing damage.
Blame Ferg.
Yeah. I only got to watch the start of that.
It was a beautiful bit of viewing.
Yeah, I saw the glorious intro, and just before, like 2 minutes before we started drawing, I had to head off to do something.
So it was glorious. So we got Ferg in a suit in his bathroom,
yeah,
in his boxers doing it, and then his pen exploded.
Yeah, I heard about
that. It was glorious.
Might rewatch it at some point. As
Harp does jump in pits. Can't help but feel it just wasn't Los Bandidos night. Harp and Captain Blade in.
Yeah, I can't remember what incident it was, but Captain Blade not too happy with Raf.
I believe that must be the tunnel incident.
I thought that was against Harvey, but you may be right. I know we pushed him earlier on, but I mean, if he reports it, he will get a penalty for it, 'cause it was very clear cut. There's a small chance he won't, if the guy who got hit kept accelerating into the ball and could have avoided it, but... There we go, Tim setting fastest lap. And now the front three guys will just run away in each other's slipstream. I'll hop on board in case they decide to have a bit of fun and battle, because they can afford to.
Yeah, I'll just be looking to see this out now, just... There's no need to battle, they've got a 5-second gap.
Yeah. Well, I think if I was in their position, I'd have fun on the track. There's no need to fight with each other for positions normally, you know, team orders kick in, but I'd say to my teammates, hey, you up for racing? We basically won already.
But if it stays as Rathbole in 6th, would get his 4 points, and that would stretch it over the limit, so...
Yeah. Assuming no penalties, which is slightly brave after Singapore, one of them has to finish.
I think there'll be there could be a few settings added onto some drivers' race.
Yeah, well, actually, from what I've seen, I think only Raf really has done enough to do it, and it's, yeah, just a new driver braking later than he should be.
Oh, yeah, well, that's it. He is, you've got to bear in mind, he is one of the academy drivers, yes. Not as maybe race aware or race experience as some of the other guys, but that's the beauty of the Cone Cup, I suppose. It's bringing together guys that wouldn't normally race against each other or with each other, and I think considering his performance in Britain and up in the first half of Singapore, he's done himself well for that, stating a claim for jumping up some tiers potentially. A brilliant thing to see. And Jay Wells has had his routine PS4 overheating.
Actually, I had that when I was racing against him in France, now I think about it. I know it got reported and you was told to fix it for next race, it wasn't keep disconnecting.
Yeah, because he's got the two issues. His connection sometimes goes, and then I think he's just got a very old dusty PlayStation that could probably do with a clean. Josh, get that sorted, mate. Get the vacuum out, get the little paintbrushes out, and get it sorted, mate. Come on, you're better than that.
Yeah, he's back.
I know he had that a couple of times because, of course, he jumped on and did comms for Tier 3 a few times, and well, for the majority of the season actually. And
yeah, and then we
had
Half quickly setting.
We had 3 parts.
Half quickly setting fastest lap. So
bonus point, but
yeah, it's not
too little, too late.
Yeah, just a little too small. To be fair, it's good to not let them have all 3, unless they pull some magic this last lap. Seed might get it actually. No, not quite. And yeah, my timing board is broken, but
yes,
big gaps between them. As McConey gets 4th, I think, just to penalties. Yep. Yeah, I'm not going to add it up. Flying Dutchmen have won, pretty much regardless entirely of penalties. That's an extra 45 plus 4 from this one. 49, I make that. Must have got my maths wrong somewhere. 18 plus 12 plus 15 is 45 plus 4. No, maybe I haven't.
Well, if my maths are right, it would be 142 to 59. Quite a storming victory.
Yeah. Going for self-DNF at the end.
Was that for Captain Blade?
Yeah. So what did you make it? 142 to 59.
Well, 58 now.
No, he did finish, I think.
Oh, he did finish. Yeah.
He tried to take out his front right, but didn't quite. But yeah, no, round 1 and 3, Flying Dutchmen were just beyond others.
Is it worth, I don't know if you did them last round, did you do any post-race interviews?
I was going to, and Jacob basically said it was such a messy race, confident we're going to win. No. But actually, is it Sieb who's their team leader?
Sieb is the team captain, yep.
Yeah, so if we ask him to invite us to his party. Yeah, I like you. We're starting out with CRL, doesn't work.
Yeah, jump in, I'm assuming the 4 of them will be in a party.
Yeah. Can't say that out loud, can I? But yeah, no. Dominant performance by Dutchmen.
Very dominant.
Obviously, yeah, it wasn't the cleanest racing in the world. However, it's fairly safe to say they won. I think they would have run regardless. Actually, I would expect Steve to be fairly clean as a racer, but certainly Raf, he's pot 4, he's academy. Don't expect that man to take the perfect line. He will make mistakes, he will brake too late or early.
Especially in 5-lapper on a track he's just jumping on. Right, I've got an invite from C, but I'll just invite your commentary account. And we'll get a little chat with the winning team.
Yeah. Yeah, no, very dominant performance there. If you give us a second to sort out speaking to those guys.
Just trying to remember there what your other PSN is.
I think it's just plain. I'll have a quick check. Yeah, it is just. Yeah, I can understand not enjoying the racing. It certainly wasn't necessarily the closest in the world. But it's worth watching back some of the other ones. I know the first one I did between Being Serious and Haters was good. Bit dirty. More dirty than your racing by a long way. But some very good side-by-side action. Hopefully I will shortly receive an invite to speak to those guys. But if not, then I'll have to continue to talk to myself until I do. So, yeah. Not quite tripling the score, 142 to 59. Yeah, definitely the strongest performance to say out the 3 quarterfinals. Flying Dutchmen, after that performance, might be the favourites. Kept it reasonably clean, considering some of the other driving. Yep, and things are going off in the chat, wonderful. Hopefully I'll get an invite soon. Don't think I've missed it, have I? No, I have not. I'll continue to sound insane then until I get invited to the other party. Yeah, certainly a bit of post-race chat going on. Any of you in CRL can see it? Hopefully. Ah. You're back.
Joe, I think I might need to add you as a friend just to get you in the party.
Don't think you do, but I'll add you as a friend anyway. I know I've got... Actually, do I? I don't know.
G will.
Yeah. Yeah. Quite often what I'll go for is I'll add my main one to it and then add this streaming one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to add me now.
Give it a try.
Right, a few technical difficulties. Entirely down to my setup. There we go. 3 of them are that. Hello guys. Congratulations on your very dominant win.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I just quickly check you've all got your audio sharing on in parties?
I've asked them to anyway.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, how did you find it?
Who wants to go in?
Yeah,
Because
well, I think it was we had a pretty good start at Silverstone, of course, with maximum available points to get. So went off to a good start. Then Singapore we did alright. Yeah, from Singapore, yeah, we just got the points and I think we made it. So
yeah, I don't know if you did the maths middle of the race, but if my calculations are correct, after Singapore, only one of you had to finish at Brazil, and you could finish in last, and you still would have won. So,
well,
certainly left yourself quite a large safety net.
We tried doing some. Yeah, we tried to do some maths. Don't know how it went down, but yeah.
Yeah.
We tried our best to do the maths to figure it out.
Got a bit messy through Singapore and the start of Brazil.
Yeah, messy at points, but
well, you guys were,
at the end of the day, we're all competitive, so.
yeah, you guys were cleaner than the first race I commentated on, by quite a long shot. I know some of them aren't particularly happy with you, but yeah. So
I mean,
it is what it is. Like they can have their opinions, but
yeah, I think you're up against being serious in the semi-finals, so that'd be interesting.
Oh well, we don't know yet. Depends on the instance of like. Depends on
Oh,
the
right.
times, like, to be honest, if you have a look at them.
I think you're safe, just maybe.
Yeah.
Actually,
We played them in the group stage, I believe.
yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
which tracks were those?
The Mexico ones.
Mexico and
Oh, that
Bahrain.
was we were. Hey,
Yeah, and
that was
we beat them in that, so we'll try to do that again, hopefully.
And now Joghurt is there as well, so it will be tough.
Yeah, you'll get there now, so it makes it harder, but I believe in our boys to be able to do the business.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, there is a small chance that they get so many penalties that it is actually end up being haters, but I don't think it's too likely.
No,
Find out in a few
I'm trying
days'
to
time.
find.
yeah.
Yeah, we will, won't we? When indeed, was it Austria, Vietnam, and Belgium as well?
Oh,
I like Austria and Belgium. Vietnam, however, that's an interesting one.
I think I'm quite decent around Vietnam, so it'll be alright.
Oh, perfect. That's all I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I feel like if two of you can get away into each other's DRS, you can just fly away from the other team. So
Yeah. Well, Silverstone, we had a nice plan where Sieb dragged me along for a little bit the first 2 laps. Then, because of Tim got penalties, I dropped off to give him DRS to get him out the 2-second gap, and then kind of just trained each other along to the end.
yeah, no, that was a really good
fastest lap
strategy
as well.
call at Silverstone.
Yeah.
First I said it was a mistaken
Yeah.
strategy, and then you proved me completely wrong.
Yeah, Raf, you did
Yeah, well-
amazing job defending.
I was
Holding them up.
sweating my life away.
Yeah, no, that was great racing by you. But yeah, Congratulations, getting to the semi-finals, guys. Unless there's anything you want to say, I will let you go and celebrate your victory.
AJ will be having you next week, pal. I'm joking. No,
you and then maybe
Oh,
Just banter.
it was just banter. Yeah, exactly, mate. Get away, get our practicing in. We have them again.
I should practice more because 2 rounds in a row I haven't practiced much.
Yeah, so I don't think I've practiced at all for this yet, so I need to actually start trying.
Yeah.
Practice.
See, we're so good we can win without trying.
Don't say that, Jesus.
But let's don't jinx it. Let's not jinx it.
Yeah,
Right,
keep going then.
Yeah, thank you guys. I'm going to end the stream now, so yeah, see you next week I guess, and good luck.